Hi,
Hey,
Suzanne.
Hi.
I thought there's supposed to be another journalist in
Yeah,
here.
we're just waiting on one more, so
Okay.
we'll just wait for her to get started.
All right. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
All right. You guys both have the same blue screens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't speak for Meredith, but my house is a wreck right now. So I was like, I need to just put a little backdrop up here.
Yeah, it's a good problem solver.
The
It
Lovely.
really
audition
is.
backdrop. Yeah.
And if some family member happens to wander through, can't see them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like your background.
Oh,
I
thank
know.
you.
I'm trying to
My
make my screen
website,
so little.
my website, tvmag.com.
Nice.
Nice.
Suzanne. So,
Where are you at right now, Suzanne?
right now I'm in a small town called Magnolia, Arkansas.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
very,
from California originally, San Diego, and
yeah.
just moved because of my husband's jobs.
Hi,
And
Allison.
we're actually moving to New York in June, so I'm getting the house ready for sale. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Where in
excited.
New York?
Long Island, Nassau County.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm
nice.
looking forward to it. We lived there a long time ago in college in Stony Brook, so
Yeah.
love it
Cool.
there.
Very cool.
All
Yeah.
right, Allison, I think you're on mute. But we can get started. Just keep an eye on the chat box. If you guys want to rotate questions, and we'll probably have time for 2 questions each.
Okay, is there's another person?
Yeah, Allison is here. I think she is on mute right now. Suzanne, maybe if you oh, it's not letting her on mute.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Allison, maybe if you want to just leave and then ask them to put you back in the room, that might be easiest. Yeah, Suzanne, if you want to get started with your question, that would be great.
Okay, great. Technical problems. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we saw the first 4 episodes. I love them as always. Great show. It's one of my favorite shows. So
Oh,
Yay.
awesome.
Meredith, was it more challenging this season to play the scenes where Kate is remembering her abduction?
Hmm. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It's a nice addition to the character palette. And that for an actor is always really joyful. I love my character. I love getting to mess around in her world. And I think this addition to my character arc, show arc, it's so satisfying. I was like, oh, this is such a nice it's joyful actually to get to play around with these high stakes scenarios that are really grounding and require a lot of of focus and commitment as an actor. But then also, I really do. I think it all comes from a place of joy that you get to live out these things that are really scary and visceral, but in a safe place, in the safe world of make believe. So I had a blast this season and was exhausted in the best way.
Good, good. Should I ask a second question, or is Allison coming back? Or
Yeah, you can go ahead and do your second now.
okay, so Levi, you too. You had a particularly moving scene where Harry hypnotizes you, and you start remembering your abduction. Was that challenging, or are you going to go along with what Meredith said, or is it both?
I did find that seem kind of challenging. Having to play something like being hypnotized or like being drunk or something. It's just like I, I don't know. I just always find that I remember just trying to do a bunch of research. I'm like, what are people like when they're hypnotized, And I was like, are my eyes open? Are they closed? And talking to Chris about it. And it was I guess the part that I did kind of like about it was I've never got to do a scene with my eyes closed. So that was kind of fun because you can really shut everyone out and kind of try to create that fantasy in your head of what the character's seeing. Um, I wasn't sure how it was gonna come out. I mean, it's hard not playing off anyone. You know what I mean? Like you're just kind of playing off yourself. Yeah, it was a unique experience, but Chris Sheridan was there, and Leah Thompson was our director for that
Oh,
episode,
nice.
and she's great. yeah, besides being a huge fan of hers, I'm just, yeah, a big fan of her as a director as well. And yeah, so she was just really helpful in helping me navigate that.
Awesome. And when they were showing both of you, both your scenes where you were remembering being on the alien spaceship, was that all green screen or did you have some framework or?
Oh yeah, that was Meredith, do you want to talk about that? That was, they set up like that whole well, we had different sets. I had one where I'm kind of getting drugged through the spaceship by the aliens, and they had me on this they had like a little track set up going. I was laying on a gurney, and most of it was just, looking at pieces of tape. They're like, all right, there's an alien and there's, a pile of junk that you're looking at. And so that's always challenging. I find tape acting to be the hardest acting because you're really just like, what am I looking at? What's going on?
Yes.
But, yeah.
Meredith, you were in a room that's set up to look like a home, but then there was not a home around it. Was it?
Mhm. It was really unsettling actually
Yeah.
to play. There wasn't a lot of acting necessary for those scenes because they put me in, this space that's this little corner, that feels like a nursery, but is surrounded by this, the vast emptiness of all this to say, they put a baby in my arms and then take it away from me, so it was, yeah, it was very unsettling. And I actually was, I'm holding a baby. It's like, you don't really need to act when there's a baby in your arms. You just
Right.
look at the baby and will feel connected because they're so, it would have been harder if they were like, here's a piece of tape on a, on a 2x4.
Yeah.
And we'll just Photoshop the baby in later. But no, the baby was there. So, that was,
Yeah.
So great in that scene.
Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to tell you in person, you're fantastic in that scene.
Dude, you know how I feel about that his hypnosis scene was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. All the, oh man, all the like little shifts of
All right, we're wasting Suzanne's time.
No, I'm enjoying it.
Sorry.
Please praise each other. No, it's nice to see Suzanne how your characters have the usual, comedy and everything, and then you have some really dark, as you said, unsettling scenes as well. It's a great contrast. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
I'm sure. I don't know what word. Do I have
You're,
time?
yeah, you're good to just continue the interview. Sorry. Allison's having issues with her Zoom. We have 2 minutes left.
Okay, so this is for both of you. It seems like Ben and Kate never know what's going on with Max. Even when they went on vacation, he's like, what's that kid doing? I don't know. So
Yeah.
what would you do differently if he was your son in real life? Yeah, each of you can take a turn on this.
Oh my gosh, Meredith.
Well, I would like to think that I would be, Kate's worldview is a little narrow in the beginning of the series, and it can cause her to miss. I think if my kid came to me and said, this guy is an alien, like I see this thing that you don't see, but I see it, like he did in season 1. I would like to think that I wouldn't say, you're not well, but it's hard to say, they're just doing their best, and they have their own problems, their own narcissistic spins of like, what's going on with me? Like everybody does, and so, I mean, I'd like to think that I would take my child's word, like from the jump, or at least look at him, not from the perspective of you're wrong. And like, there's no way that that's true. And I would have more of an expansive, like, view of the world that might help me listen to him a little better. But I mean, these people love their kid. They just don't know everything that he knows, but they love him so much.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they do love him, and I gotta admit, I'd probably just still be the same goofball dad that Ben is, and probably not. I don't know. I mean, I like to romanticize that. I'd be like, I'd be there. I'd be, listening to him, but in actuality, I'd probably be like, yeah, go play with your friends. Get out of here. I
Yeah.
got some nieces and nephews. So I'm like, hey, yeah.
Well, there are unusual situations for both. He's dealing with an alien, you're dealing with repressed alien memories. So, you know,
Right.
you don't know
Right.
what you would do in those cases.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for talking to me. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, Suzanne, thank
Yeah.
you.
It was a pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.